The funny thing actually is that I always have to send a screenshot of my current wish list to my boyfriend, just so he knows I'm not gonna sneak other and more bags on there. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Here on my channel we mainly speak about luxury designer handbags, and I am slowly introducing my entire handbag collection to you, which I've already started in my other videos. And today I thought though I really want to talk about my wish list 2020. So I know a lot of people do call these videos the wish list of 2019, 2020, etc, etc. But however, all the bags I'm going to present to you now, this is my entire wish list. So by no means do I think that I get all of these bags in this current year. I'm hoping to get maybe 3 or 4 of them. But yeah, the other ones will have to wait a little longer. I might get them a couple years down the line, but yeah, we see. So I do have my phone with me, and my wish list is pretty steady, I have to say. So I'm not changing too much. The funny thing actually is that I always have to send a screenshot of my current wish list to my boyfriend, just so he knows I'm not gonna sneak other and more bags on there. So yeah, he knows the obsession is real. So yeah, let's begin maybe with Louis Vuitton. Oh, and by the way, I mean, I do know that I talk mainly about bags on this channel, but if you would be interested maybe in seeing a Chanel jewelry collection or something like this, I'm happy to do that too. So if you're interested, just let me know in the comment section down below, and then yeah, I'm gonna be making that video too. Okay, let's start with Louis Vuitton. So I can already tell you that I'm pretty certain that my next designer handbag will be the classic Louis Vuitton Alma in the PM size, in the regular monogram canvas with the vachetta leather. And that bag, I did have that bag before. I had a beautiful vintage model from 1996. It was in absolute perfect condition. I was wearing it quite a lot. I didn't have to worry about it in the rain. It had a really nice honey patina, and it didn't get stained in the rain or anything. But for whatever reason, I did sell it a couple of years ago, and I think at that time I actually thought I had too much Louis Vuitton canvas in my collection, because I was just, at that time I put all my bags onto my bed and I just saw like Louis Vuitton canvas here and there. And I thought, yeah, okay, that's too much. So I'm actually gonna do a handbags I've sold and why video soon. But yeah, I did sell a lot of monogram and damier Ben pieces at that time, just because I thought I had too much Louis Vuitton canvas. So ever since, I really did miss the Alma. I thought about maybe getting an epi version of it, but I came to the conclusion I just want the regular classic Alma PM. So that one is next for sure, so I'm still gonna get that one. I actually still have a Harrods voucher that I'm gonna use towards that bag, so stay tuned for that unboxing. Okay, so next bag on my list is the famous Louis Vuitton Nano Speedy. Yeah, what to get. So I have 2 amazing SAs here in London. One in the Selfridges store. She initially worked in the flagship store on Bond Street but recently moved, and one in the Sloane Street store. Both of them have been trying to get me that bag for, I think it's been 8 months now since I put my first question in terms of, hey, can you please look out if you're gonna see one of those bags, please immediately tell me. The problem is they can't hold those bags. So my SA from Selfridges, she actually wrote me one Sunday and she was like, Romina, just saw in the system there were 2 bags popping up in Harrods. And I asked her, oh, do you know anybody in Harrods? Can you ask someone to hold the bag? I need an hour to get there. And she was like, unfortunately it's not possible. So that Sunday I was just like taking an Uber, immediately driving towards central London and trying to get the bag. When I arrived, there was a queue, you had to queue up, and the manager approached me and she was like asking me what I was interested in. I said, yeah, the Nano Speedy, and she was like, one is already sold, the other one is sold for a person in front of me in the queue. So I was like, oh, great. So that person actually did buy the Nano Speedy in the end, so that was my one and only chance since then to get it. If you ask other SAs in store, they just give you cryptic answers like they might come in on Friday morning, they might come in on Wednesday morning, maybe they might come in on Monday morning, or maybe Saturday. So, you know, they obviously don't know when they get stock, and also it seems like it's going to be gone immediately. And if you're not there right there and then when the store opens, you don't have a chance to actually get one. I did see one in a pre-loved store, but they sell for double the price of the retail. Retail, the bag costs £700. They do sell for £1,400 easily in a vintage or pre-loved store. And if you go on Fashionify or one of these pre-loved websites, they can sell up to like $2,100 US, $2,400 US, depending on the condition. So, you know, it's pretty hard to get your hands on one. And I have two amazing SAs and even they can't make it happen, so I think maybe that one is not supposed to be. However, we're going to Tokyo soon, and I'm gonna try my luck at the Heathrow airport, because I have actually heard several times from my SAs that they are there, they have them in stock, but obviously you can't transfer bags from the airport. So yeah, it's been a struggle. My boyfriend actually always says that the bag is actually pretty ugly, and I just want it because I can't get it, but I don't agree. I think it's actually a pretty good travel bag. A pretty good small travel bag that can hold all your essentials. And you don't have to worry about it, it's just canvas. It's indestructible canvas. Okay, so there are two more bags from Louis Vuitton, and these are the Capucines MM in the black Torian leather with gold hardware, and also the Louis Vuitton Capucines BB in the beautiful Galle color with a python handle and gold hardware. So these two bags I think are very aesthetic. They're really beautiful. You know, I could see myself carrying them now, carry them when I'm 40, carry them when I'm 60 and 80. So I think the Capucines is the Birkin of Louis Vuitton, and yeah, they are absolutely high priority on my wish list. However, the Capucines BB has made such a jump in terms of price increases. The MM size, which is the big size, costs only, we speak about, of course, of luxury items, cost £3,700 at the moment. And the BB size, even with the python handle, did cost initially £3,250. It is a lot smaller. Of course, it's a lot more expensive in terms of size comparison because it has a python handle, and exotic skins always do cost a lot more. However, now it actually jumped up to £3,800. That's more than the big Capucine. So yeah, I don't know when that's going to happen, but these two I definitely want to add to my collection. Okay, so let's move on to Chanel. There are currently 5 Chanel bags on my wish list. And yeah, so let's begin. First of all, I recently fell in love with the Chanel 31 bag. I think it does belong to the classic line. They have existed since... they've existed forever. You can find vintage models from like the 1980s and the 1990s, and their aesthetic has changed a little bit over the years, of course, but yeah, I do consider them to belong to the classic line. They recently brought out a new model. It was just the black Chanel aged calfskin, but it didn't have 2 leather straps. It actually had 1 leather strap and 1 chain strap, the classic golden chain strap that has the black leather interwoven. And I don't know why, but this added so much to the bag. You can just like carry it actually with a leather strap and let the chain strap hang like a necklace or an accessory to the bag, and it looks so amazing and beautiful. and I was set on getting that one. However, at that time my dream Gabrielle bag that I was hunting for 2 years now popped up on Fashion File, so I decided to actually go with that one because I knew I would always be able to get the 31 in the future. It is absolutely beautiful. I just love it, and I think it's actually very useful work bag. You could fit a small size laptop in it, and yeah, I was interested in the medium size. The large size is actually way too big. Okay, yeah, next one. So let's talk about classics. So I do not know why I'm always putting the Chanel Classic Jumbo off. I wanted this bag forever. Of course, it's a lot of people's holy grail bag. It is my holy grail bag as well. I do know that if I had gotten it in 2015 when I got my boy bag, it would have only cost around £3,800 at that time. Now we are at £5,200. So it's pretty expensive for the same bag, and the price increases will go up every single year on the 1st of November. And I mean, we're soon approaching probably £5,600 with the next price increase. However, I do not get myself to buy it. I think this is forever my kind of reaching bag, the bag I'm reaching for. And it's just, I don't know why, it's every time I wanted to go in store and actually buy it in the past, I was like, you know how many bags I could get for that single jumbo if I just take my money and spend it on other bags on my wish list. And that's what I've done every single time. And of course it's not the smartest decision because I'm pretty certain and set on getting it at some point in the future. And this one I do want to get new in store, not secondhand, because it has a very special place in my heart. It just reminds me of my grand aunt, and she was a very Chanel lady. I can't describe it otherwise, and this bag just reminds me of her so much, so that's why I definitely want to get that one new. I know I've been putting it off for years and years, and I will still probably put it off for a while. However, one of my goals was actually, I'm turning 30 this year. One of my goals was to actually maybe get it for my 30th birthday, but we see if that's going to be possible or not. It would be actually a nice coincidence because it's gonna, by that time, it's gonna be a 30th series bag that I would get for my 30th birthday. So, you know, the little things. Okay, next one is the Chanel Reissue. I still can't make a decision if I want to get the 225 size or the 227 size. I know that the 227 does look pretty big, but I mean, big bags are coming back, and we see. However, the Reissue, I thought for the longest time as well that I wanted to get that bag new. We are, I think at the moment, at £5,600 for the 227 size, and the next price increase will mean that we're going to approach £6,000, and the Reissue does not hold its resale value. So I'm pretty certain by now that I will get my classic Reissue, no matter if it's 225 or 227 size, that I will get that one pre-loved in black aged calfskin with the antique gold brushed hardware. It's just, you know, you could probably save £2,000, £3,000 on the Reissue if you go down the pre-loved route. So yeah, pretty sure I will do that. Okay, so what else do we have? Oh yeah, I also want a Chanel medium large size in lambskin, but I want a vintage one from my birth year. How amazing would that be? So we're going to Tokyo soon. I do know that they have an amazing range of pre-loved designer handbags, and I can't wait to get there. And I will take you guys with me. And yeah, it would be nice to at some point find a very good condition vintage Chanel flap in lambskin with gold hardware from 1990, which is my birth year. Okay, so I think this is everything about the classic flaps. Then one more handbag. However, I think this is a slot that still might change because I still don't 100% know if I do want that bag, but it is the Chanel Coco Handle in the small size with the chevron pattern in black with gold hardware. That bag came out, I don't know, a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, something around that line, and it has this beautiful glazed, shiny, aged calfskin leather, and I've fallen in love with that version, but that version only. So I would not want to get a regular diamond quilted Coco Handle bag. That's why I'm still struggling if I only do like the aesthetics or if I would actually use the bag enough to justify the price tag. So that spot might still change, and as we are doing Chanel at the moment, there is also one more honorable mention. I've been looking for a tote bag for so long right now, and I just seem to not be able to make a decision. I would prefer to have a tote bag from Chanel, a leather tote bag from Chanel, as just my everyday bag that I use to run errands, to run to the grocery shops, to go to work, to meet friends, just as something where I can throw everything in. I don't need to worry about it, but it still, you know, has a very aesthetic look to it, and it's still very classic and chic. I did find a bag. It's called the Shopping in Chains handbag. It was released in 2014, 2015, and this bag only does come with a silver hardware, with a ruthenium silver hardware. Every single one of my bags has gold hardware except for my Gabrielle backpack and my Gabrielle medium size hobo bag. Both these bags do have silver and gold hardware, so that's why I always justified it in my head. It's fine, I can live with that. The bag still has some gold hardware on it. I'm really not a silver hardware fan, not at all. For years and years, whenever I look at a silver hardware bag, I'm just not, I don't get the excitement, I don't get the butterflies in my stomach. And when I did see this shopping tote, I don't know why, it did somehow speak to me. And I was debating, I found this one on Fashion Find, I was debating for quite a while if I should get it or if I shouldn't. And I was visiting it probably every single day to see if it's still available. And it actually had its first 10% discount recently, and it was a pretty good price, but I still hadn't pulled the trigger. And now it's sold. So I checked last night and I saw it was sold, and I was pretty heartbroken. So yeah, this is not gonna happen. I might look out for another one if another one pops up at some point in the future, because you know, whenever you see a bag and you haven't made the decision, somebody else has made the decision for you, you know it was right or wrong, because you know you are missing the bag and you're regretting not to have purchased it earlier. So yeah, pretty sad that this one is not available anymore. However, I won't give up my hunt for the perfect tote bag, the perfect everyday tote bag. Okay, so let's move on. In terms of Dior, I only have one bag on my wish list at the moment, and that is the Dior Nano in like a shiny golden, if I find the picture I will put it up because it's been discontinued unfortunately, so I was again a little bit too late for that one. It's like the nano size, so it's like the tiniest little Dior bag you can find. If you've watched my Lady Dior size comparison video, you will know about that. I did talk about it. This bag can only be found in baby Dior section, so it's made for girls. Like I said in my other video, I do not know which girl who's only aged 3 to like 13 does already need a designer luxury handbag. But I mean, that's what, you know, those bags were made for, and I do think it's a very pretty size. One of the YouTubers I watch does have this bag, and when I see it on her, I'm like, yeah, it's a very beautiful bag, and your phone might not actually fit into the bag, but you can stick it in, so it might stick out a little bit, but it's fine. So I really did want to get that one, and by the time I actually made the decision to go in store and purchase it, it was, yeah, sold out, and they were not thinking about making that one again. They currently have another gold one, however it's a very suede-like material and I think you can't use it that much. You would have to baby it quite a bit. Also, you wouldn't be able to take it into the rain. It's really weird, like fluffy material, and I think that's not for me. Okay, and then there's one last bag on my wish list, and that is the Fendi Peekaboo in the smooth black calfskin with gold hardware in the mini size. If you have seen my large Fendi Peekaboo review here on YouTube, you will have seen how big the large one is. The regular is actually, you know, only a tiny little bit smaller than the large one, so it's not enough of a difference for me. That's why I do want to have the mini size, because the mini size is actually a nice, just like I think weekend bag, or if you just go into the city and you don't have to carry a lot type of bag. So that one I still thinking about getting it new or pre-loved. I do know that you can probably easily save £1,000 if I would go down the pre-loved route. However, the bags I have seen, because it's a very smooth calfskin, they have a lot of scratches. So yeah, let me see. I do think that was everything. Yeah, that was everything. So yeah, now you do know about my wish list. Like I said, I definitely don't think about getting all of these bags in this current year. Like I said, hopefully 3 to 4 bags I might add to my collection in this year, and then we will see when the other bags will enter my life. Okay, yeah, that was it. Now you do know what bags are on my wish list. Like I said, my wish list actually doesn't change that often. I think for a long time before I actually want to add a certain bag onto my wish list, or before I take one off. So yeah, these are the bags I hope to add to my collection in the near future. And yeah, if you do have any questions, please let me know in the comment section down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And yeah, I hope you're gonna have a wonderful day, and I see you soon. Bye!